Every year, thousands of young men and women move to Hollywood with dreams of fame and fortune. More often than not, they never make it to the A-list. But the truth is that most of the time, it's pure luck that gets you noticed in Hollywood. The actors on this list might be exceptionally talented and hardworking, but that's not why they're famous. Nah, they were just in the right place at the right time. Here is Screen Rant's list of 10 famous actors who made it big by accident. Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron may have torn up the big screen as Imperator Furiosa in the amazing Mad Max Fury Road, but she wasn't always such an imposing figure. In fact, her big break in life came when she was at one of her lowest moments. Though she trained to be a professional ballet dancer, Theron tried to make it as an actress after a knee injury ended her dancing career. She got her big break after throwing a tantrum at a bank because a teller wouldn't let her cash a check. A talent agent behind her in line noticed her passion, asked if she was an actress, and quickly landed Theron her first starring role as a dominatrix in 2 Days in the Valley. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's career took off after he starred as Max Rockatansky in George Miller's Aussie exploitation classic Mad Max. But what you might not know is that he wasn't even interested in the part. According to Gibson, he only came to the auditions to support a friend. In addition, he was bloodied and bruised from getting into a fight the night before, and his face wasn't its usual handsome self. Lucky for him, the casting director was looking for interesting faces, and thought that he could be cast as one of the freaks in the background. When Gibson healed up and came back 2 weeks later, looking like a matinee idol, they gave him the lead role on the spot. John Wayne. John Wayne, the all-American cowboy hero of several Hollywood westerns, was once a promising young football player at the University of Southern California. Unfortunately, he had to quit the team and drop out of school after a collarbone injury. Needing a job, he joined the film industry, mostly working in the prop department. He met legendary director John Ford as an extra on Mother Macri in 1928, and 10 years later, Ford cast John Wayne as the Ringo Kid in Stagecoach, the movie that launched the Duke to stardom. One road to stardom, we guess, is just making sure you're friends with the director. Harrison Ford. Though he had a small role in George Lucas's American Graffiti in 1973, Harrison Ford was still making a living as a carpenter at the age of 35. When it came to casting Star Wars, however, Lucas asked his old friend to sit in for auditions and screen tests, standing in for characters that hadn't been cast yet. To Ford's surprise, Lucas liked his screen test of Han Solo so much that he gave Ford the role. Han Solo became the breakout character of Star Wars, and Harrison Ford would go on to star as the roguish Indiana Jones in another George Lucas-produced film, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The rest, as they say, is history. Orson Welles. Orson Welles directed Citizen Kane, which some regard as the greatest film ever made, but his career wasn't entirely free of schadenfreude. While traveling Ireland as a precocious teenager, Welles came upon the Gate Theatre in Dublin, and claimed that he was a Broadway star on vacation from New York. Apparently, that lie was impressive enough to get him cast as a German Duke in a production of Juice Sus, and so began his impressive career at the young age of 16. Welles would later take his talents to Broadway and eventually to Hollywood, where he is remembered as one of the greatest actors and filmmakers who ever lived. Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman grew up on Long Island, but she got her big break in a New York City pizza parlor at the age of 11. When a scout for Revlon Cosmetics spotted her in the restaurant and asked if she was interested in modeling, she said no. Natalie wanted to act. The scout put her in touch with some agents, and she was soon cast as a lead character in Luc Besson's Leon the Professional. Later on, Portman starred in hits like Star Wars Episode 1, V for Vendetta, and Black Swan, but it was all thanks to that time she got a slice of pizza pie in all New York City. Ken Jeong. You probably know Ken Jeong best as Dr. Ken, title character of ABC's hit sitcom. But did you know that Jeong actually is a doctor? For years, Jeong worked as a licensed physician in California while he moonlighted as a stand-up comedian. It wasn't until he appeared in Judd Apatow's Knocked Up, playing a doctor, that he was able to give up medicine and pursue acting full-time. Since then, he's appeared in The Hangover, Community, and several Judd Apatow movies. Who would have expected a regular old doctor to become famous simply by playing himself? Evangeline Lilly. You probably remember Evangeline Lilly for her starring role as Kate, the girl with a mysterious past in the hit TV series Lost, but Canadians might remember her a bit differently. Lilly was discovered by a modeling agent on the streets of Kelowna and got into acting soon after, but she didn't get famous right away. First, she starred in a commercial for Live Links, a Canadian phone chat line service for singles. Even though it was slightly embarrassing for the fledgling star, the commercials continued to air in Canada well after Lost made her famous, and David Letterman once aired the commercial while interviewing Lilly on The Late Show. Ouch. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is one of the most iconic actresses who ever lived. Most people know about her troubled upbringing and her tragic death, but they don't know how she got famous. When Monroe's first husband was shipped overseas for World War II, she found a job at a local munitions factory, where a military photographer was shooting pictures of female workers for the troops. At the photographer's behest, she started modeling and appeared on 33 magazine covers over the next 2 years. In 1946, she signed an acting contract with 20th Century Fox, changed her name from Norma Jean Mortensen to Marilyn Monroe, and the rest is history. Channing Tatum. Like many of the other actors on this list, Channing Tatum was spotted in the wild on the streets of Miami by a talent scout. Recognized for his good looks, Tatum began modeling and acting. He made his first TV appearance on an episode of CSI Miami in 2004 and broke onto the A-list with Step Up in 2006. Before he was discovered though, Tatum made ends meet in unexposed fashion. As an 18-year-old, Tatum began stripping at a Miami nightclub under the name Chan Crawford. Though he later claimed that he did it because he was young and dumb, these experiences inspired the hit Magic Mike series, so they can't have been that bad. So what do you think of our list? Did we miss any other celebrities who got famous in strange ways? Join the discussion in the comments below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching.